Hello, good evening, everybody. It's RS Mallory. It's October 24th already, 2024. And tonight I would like to talk about branding yourself and developing a customer base and how those two are interconnected and intertwined. Many of you have heard me say before that Govee, one of the companies that I represent, uh, has one of the most extraordinary customer programs that I have ever seen in my 30 years of network marketing. It's very, very lucrative, and people can build an extraordinary uh, revenue stream just from developing customers. In my other company, which I've been with 15 years now, I have people that started out as distributors, and most of them have, for one reason or another, have just become customers, but they've stuck with me for 14 or 15 years. That's because of the quality of the products. Their compensation plan is not so great. And over the years, it's morphed and not in such a good way. However, depending on how you treat your customers and how you brand yourself is how your business can grow. Now, some of you know that one of my silent mentors who's not so silent is Kevin O Leary, Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank. And in a moment or two, I'm going to share with you a video that he actually created, a 2-minute video that has to do with branding and customers. But years ago, my daddy taught me, he owned the very first Rexall store in the whole United States of America back in the 1940s. And much like a CVS or a Walgreens today, it had, all different kinds of merchandise in it. It just was not a drugstore. And back in those days, it was the 1940s, coming in and out of World War II and the Korean War. And life was different then. I wasn't born until 1948, but my dad had lived through all of this. And one of the things that was very important back then, and he imparted to me as I was coming up, was that no matter what you're doing in life and you're dealing with other people, make sure that you always give them more value than is expected on whatever level or whatever terms that is. Always let people know that you care about them. You care about, if it's their concerns, you care about their concerns. If it's their disease and you want to help them, you can somehow help them achieve wellness. You want to let them know that their goals are your goals and that they are very, very important to you. And when you do that and people feel that you care about them and you introduce them to products or things or opportunities that will benefit them in some way, shape, or form, that they will stick with you. One of the things I've often talked about is I keep a file and I use birthdayalarm.com, which is a free online program. It's been around for many, many, many years. And I load it up with my customers and my distributors' names and their anniversaries, if I know them, and their birth dates and their children and their children's names and birth dates and the significant lifestyle events that happen to them. And then you can send yourself an email 3 or 4 days out when this happens. So during the course of any week, and now we have a new month coming up. So what I'll be doing is be going to my birthday alarm and going through the entire first couple of months and putting all of that stuff on my day planner. Even though I'm getting emails 3 or 4 days in advance, I want to have that stuff on my day planner because I might want to call those people. I might want to send them a handwritten letter or a handwritten card, letting them know maybe it's the anniversary of them being a customer of mine. Maybe they've lost 25 or 30 pounds on our weight loss product. I want to find out how you're doing, and I want to keep up with stuff like that. I want to make sure that to give people value. I just have a dear friend who is taking one of my products, and I spoke with her today, and I said to her, Dr. Mercola just came out with an article that I read, and it's on this, this, and this, and it pertains to what we're talking to in the products that you're taking. So I sent it to her. She said, well, I know I saw the link. She said, but I couldn't open it. So I went to drmercola.com, and just to practice good customer service, I You can click on a little PDF, and I downloaded it to my computer as a PDF, and then I sent it to her in an email. You could send it in a text as well, which I don't do. And so it ensured that she would get these particular 2 articles, but I went out of my way to do that for her, and it wasn't lost on her that I took the time to do that. So although here it's 2024 and Kevin O Leary is talking about branding yourself, which is very important, and standing out in a crowd. And the most important way to brand yourself is through and via your customers. I'm sharing with you why it's so important and how to get a customer, how to maintain a customer, how to ensure that they feel that they are valued and that you are actually make sure that you give value to them on a consistent, ongoing basis, because it's not enough to develop a good client base. If you're seeking to create a residual income and an income stream on an ongoing basis, as I have done and many other people have done, you need to make sure that you keep engaged with these people, or you're going to be on a hamster wheel and you're going to be looking for new customers all the time. So again, when you develop a customer, make sure that you give them value for whatever it is you're bringing to them now. Stick with them. Let them know that you care about them as a person. Give them extra value, more value than they ever in a million years thought that you would extend to them. And ladies and gentlemen, because of the internet age now, it's very easy to make friends, on social media and stuff. But when you take the time to either write a personal email or write a personal letter or send a card to people, I have on my desk here different cards that I send people. This one says, "We are the music makers and the dreamers of our dreams." It is a quote from Arthur O'Shaughnessy, and it is a greeting card. And I might send that to one of my distributors who is doing a particularly great job, and I am working with to encourage them. I have thank you cards, and I send out thank you cards to people as well. And various other things, lifestyle events, and to put a stamp on an envelope and to take the time to write a little note in a card that already has a note in it lets the receiver know that you went out of your way, especially in these days, 2024, where it's so easy to pick up your smartphone and to send a text or send an email or a private message to people. It allows you to stand out. Again, I invite you, if you're listening to this training on direct sales and network marketing, one of the companies that I'm with very successfully is Govee. And Govee has one of the most extraordinarily lucrative customer programs that I've seen. So as you're learning how to become a great distributor and be a team builder and build your team of people, there are some people that might not want to build teams, but they, for some reason or another, their circle of influence is people maybe at their church or at their synagogue, maybe at their place of employment, maybe at the school that they teach at. They have a circle of influence there that will avail them the opportunity to bring in customers rather than people who want to create an income. In Govee, it's very, very important because we have a lot of people who are making a lot of money just with customers. Now, again, I have a 15-year-old company that I am also, after 15 years, still creating. I have created and I am still receiving residual income. And I still bring people to that company as customers only because I don't feel that the compensation plan on that is very lucrative for people. Certainly not as lucrative as Govee. And by the way, both of these companies have products that do not compete with one another. When I started with Govee, I was looking for a second company to pick up, and they had the fuel tabs. And for those of you who don't recall, I drive a 2000 Avalon, and in 2 years using these fuel tabs, I have saved over $1,800 spendable money. That's better than a Christmas club. So you can develop a customer base. You can develop a distributor base. You can you can choose to do both. And many companies have more facets in their compensation plans that will spin your head around. And some of them are worthwhile doing and some of them are not. But no matter what company you're with, the basics are that you're going to need customers and you're going to need distributors. And that of course, is what we're talking about, how to get customers engaged and feed them information, let them know that you will go out of your way. The lady that I spoke with today, the information that I gave her was from Dr. Mercola at drmercola.com. Has nothing to do with network marketing or either one of the companies or even the products that they're taking, but it had to do with the reason why she is a customer of mine. So I thought it would be quite beneficial for her. And we talked about it, and she was thrilled that I took the time to not only write and send her this information, to follow up with her, make sure that she got it in a format that she could actually read it and understand it. And she was very excited. She will be with me as long as she needs that product. She will be with me for many, many years to come and help contribute to my residual income, my recurring income on a monthly, yearly, and multi-yearly basis, simply because of the way that I approach my customers and my distributors alike. So let me see if I can share my screen. And I'd like to share with you Kevin O Leary. And here we go.
Let's talk about what's it take to build a brand. People come to me all the time saying, "Oh, I have a brand." You can't build a brand. Your customers build the brand. They're the ones that give to you the value and the equity of a brand. So what does that mean? It means they try your product or service, they like it, they buy it again. They tell their friends about it. They say, "You got to try this product or service." That's when the brand starts to have value.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, years ago, my daddy also taught me that word of mouth advertising is the very best way to develop a following. And when he opened up his Rexall store in Newark, New Jersey, people started talking about it. He had open houses and things, and people would come. And for those of you who don't know, back in the 1940s and 50s, and even some of the Rexall stores that are in the hinterlands of the USA still have the luncheon counter. So it was an all-purpose store, and Daddy would have all different kinds of events so that people could come and they felt valued and they wanted to come. So they would keep on coming and they would bring their friends. And that is what Kevin O Leary is talking about. That's the magic of developing a customer base. It's word of mouth advertising. And here we are. You're going to see he is, I think, in Los Angeles, and you won't be surprised at some of the name brands he's going to be talking about, how they built their businesses. So here we go.
Look at a brand. It's a big product all around the world. That's huge. Over there, Patek Philippe and Rolex just down the way. Saint Laurent, Da Vinci, are you kidding? Montclair. These brands are known all around the world, but it took decades, if not hundreds of years sometimes, to build them up. You can't do it overnight. Prada means fashion, and everybody knows what a Prada suit is, or their shoes, or whatever else. Think about Rolex or Patek Philippe. Yeah, it's the same thing. That's almost 200 years old now. So when you think about brand, that's the most valuable thing you can create. But it's your customers that do it for you. The most powerful element of a brand is not the dollar spent advertising. It's one customer telling another about how much they like your product, your service, and how you support them, and how you communicate directly with them, and what it means to them to be part of your community. That's brand building.
So there you go. Kevin O Leary now in 2024 is teaching folks exactly what my dad taught me all those years ago, and how I have successfully built and maintained and am maintaining a successful recurring income from not one, but two different companies over a span of 15 years. And excuse me, that's the telephone here. And so I would like to remind everybody that the most important thing to do is to concentrate on bringing value to your customers and or your distributors, and make sure that they feel and that you are interested in them, that you're willing to go over and beyond whatever it takes to make sure that they have the information that they need, do the things that's necessary, and whether that's sending them. I send some of my folks fruit baskets every year, or for certain lifestyle events that are happening in the course of their lives. Why fruit baskets? Because my passion is wellness, and I don't want to send people boxes of candy. I would much rather send them a fruit basket, particularly if somebody's birthday is in February, or for somebody who's hardworking in the middle of December, who might appreciate some fresh fruit that's really spectacular. And people will feel appreciated, and when they feel appreciated, they will also continue on with you. Now, the one thing that Kevin talked about was getting your customers to realize that they appreciate you, do things so that they appreciate you, and to keep them engaged that way. So that's really very, very, very important thing to do. So whether you're building a Govee business or whether you're building one of the other different companies out there, and Govee is an e-commerce business in the direct sales space, and you'll notice that a lot of people are trying to emulate that and be like that, because the network marketing space has become overburdened with companies. I just saw there's another company now called 31 Gifts. It's a home party plan like Avon and Mary Kay, which has been around for several years and had all different kinds of gifts for people. And the ladies were doing fabulous. And it's a Texas company. And they decided to just wrap it up, and they're closing their doors. What does that mean for the distributors, the party plan ladies there that are very engaging? They're very social. They're party ladies, but it is in the direct sales space. They are going to be looking to find another company to go to, whether it's going to be in the gift place, the gift space, or another space at all, whether it's going to be in party plan or in another direct sales type venue or e-commerce. These gals are very social. They know how to treat customers, because party plan people, I would love to have party plan people in my organization. They know how to treat customers. They know that when something comes across their desk that would be interesting for them, they know how important it is to make sure that those people learn about it, and also to let them know how they're appreciated. You'll mostly find in the cosmetic space, you'll find party plan ladies who always sneak in when they're delivering orders. They sneak in a little gift. And sometimes when I have customers that are long-term customers, I sneak in a little gift, or I send them a bottle of this or a bottle of that, or I send them some samples of other products. Govee just came out with a terrific new tool to use that's free for the distributors. And so I'm reacquainting all of my distributors and my customers who come and go and come and go. Some of them stay a long time, but some of them don't, by sending them and using this tool, which is composed of a short video and some questions at the end. And when they click on it and read it, then I get an email that says that they have engaged, so that I can follow up with them. Now, what am I going to do with that? I probably am going to send some samples out to those folks because I want to let them know that they are valued and that this product is a great product. So, it interested me. I hope you enjoyed Kevin O Leary, Mr. Wonderful. His YouTube channel is Kevin O Leary on YouTube. You can, I read his stuff on Twitter, which is now X. And he's very, very engaging, and he is more and more and more leaning towards doing trainings for the direct sales space, which is very interesting. As a mentor, he realizes that this is the way to go, as do some other people. Robert Kiyosaki and President Trump, before he was in politics, wrote a book together, Why We Want You to Be a Network Marketer. is a great book to read if you can find it. Warren Buffett said if he had a do-over again, and somebody who I don't really appreciate but has been very successful, Bill Gates, has also said if they had it to do over again, they were just starting out, they would be in the direct sales space. Some people will become very successful. People who you wouldn't think would be successful, but have the skills to reach out to people and let people feel and know that they're valued and that you care about them. Those people will be very, very successful too. Anybody can learn how to reach out and let people know that they're valued. So you don't have to buy Prada. You don't have to be selling Audemars Piguet or Rolex watches on Amazon to make a great living. If you learn how to develop your customer base and your distributor base, and you also learn how to keep on giving them value on a continuous basis and letting people know that you really appreciate them. So thanks for listening in. If you found this information valuable, by all means, please click the like button. And if you have any questions, get back to the person who invited you to the call, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.